Hey, thanks for clicking on my video. If this video helps you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. It is greatly appreciated and it really helps. Let's get to the video. Let's talk about how we can write arithmetic rules given terms, or like we're going to look at in example 1, we're given one term of the sequence and we're given the common difference. And then example 2, we're not given the common difference, we're just given two terms that are in the sequence, and we're going to write a rule for the nth term of the sequence. So let's just jump right in at number 1. And we're given the 12th term of the sequence is 52, and the common difference is 6. So remember, our nth term equation is a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So let's just take the information that we have and let's plug it into our equation. So we're trying to find the a sub n equation, right? But we are given the 12th term. So we know the 12th term is 52. So we could plug in a 52 here because that's what a sub 12 would be equal to. We don't know what the first term is, but n is 12 because this is the 12th term that we're working with, and then our common difference is 6. So now from here, if we simplify, we have a sub 1 plus, and 12 minus 1 would be 11, and 11 times 6 would be 66. So now we could subtract 66 from both sides, and we're left with negative 14 is equal to a sub 1. So now that's our first term of the sequence, and we can use that and plug it in to figure out what our nth term equation would be. So now we know a sub n is equal to a sub 1 is negative 14 plus n minus 1, and we know our common difference is 6. Now let's distribute that 6. So we have a sub n is equal to negative 14 plus 6n minus 6. And we can combine negative 14 and negative 6 would give us a negative 20. So our final equation would be a sub n equals 6n minus 20. Okay, so that's how we can write the nth term equation for an arithmetic sequence given one term of the sequence and the common difference. Now example 2 is a little bit different. We're not given the common difference, so we need to find what that is first, and then we can write our nth term. So now we're given the 5th term is negative 43, and the 12th term of this sequence is negative 8. So once again, we need to write a sub n equals a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times the common difference. And now let's just use the information that we have to plug in. And let's start first with the 5th term. So let's plug in negative 43 equals a sub 1 plus, we said n is 5, and we don't know what our common difference is, so we're just going to write d for that. So now we have negative 43 is equal to a sub 1 plus, and this would be 4d. Now let's just put a star by this equation, and we're going to come back to it in just a second. Now let's write an equation for our other term. So now we could plug in negative 8, a sub 1 plus, and this is now the 12th term, so 12 minus 1 times the common difference. So now we have negative 8 is equal to a sub 1 plus, and this would be 11d. Now let's put a star by this equation. And now notice we have two equations that have the same two variables, and we could actually set this up like a system of equations, use elimination, and actually solve. So now I'm going to take this equation, I'm going to write it right below. So we have negative 43 is equal to a sub 1 plus 4d. And notice that I have a sub 1, those two terms, in both equations, and they are vertically aligned. So if I subtract these two equations, those a sub 1s would actually cancel out. So now we have negative 8 minus negative 43, which would be negative 8 plus 43, and that's going to give me a 35. We do 11d minus 4d, so that's 7d. And now notice that when we divide by 7, we're going to get our common difference of 5, right? So that's important. So now we can take that information and let's plug it in, really either one of these two equations. Let's plug it into just this first equation that we put a star by so that we could figure out what our first term is. So now we have negative 43 is equal to a sub 1 plus, and this would be 4 times 5. So negative 43 is equal to a sub 1 plus 20. Let's subtract this 20, and now we get a sub 1 is equal to negative 63. Okay, so now that's an important piece of information. Now we have the first term, we have the common difference, and now we can plug it in to our equation here. So now let's say a sub n is equal to negative 63 plus n minus 1 times the common difference, which is 5. So now we get a sub n is equal to negative 63 plus 5n minus 5. And now we can get a sub n is equal to negative 63 minus 5 would be negative 68. So our final equation, we would have a sub n equals 5n minus 68. And that's how you can write the nth term equation of an arithmetic sequence, given one term and the common difference, like on number 1, or just given two terms and no common difference, like we did on example 2.